Hi, I'm Jeremiah Gibbs. I'm the Camino guide. I've led over 90 pilgrims on Camino de Santiago, and today I want to talk about a specific shoe that is my number one shoe for Camino de Santiago. It's one that I take every year when I go on Camino de Santiago, and I want to tell you about why I like this shoe. This is the Salomon XA Pro 3D, XA Pro 3D from Salomon. Now, the reason that I love this shoe is because, well, there are going to be multiple reasons. First of all, for Camino de Santiago, I am a big fan of trail runners. I think trail runners are going to be our best choice of some stability in the sole, some stability, lateral stability, in the ways that our foot moves around. But at the same time, they're going to be light, and most importantly, they're going to dry fast when they get wet, because from both sweat and from rain, your feet are going to get wet. So to be able to have them dry as quickly as possible is central to be able to prevent blisters. So those are going to be always why I choose a trail runner over so many other possibilities for shoes. But specifically, the reason that I love these Salomon trail runners is going to come down to a couple of things. First of all, they do vent very, very well. They dry extremely quickly when they do get wet. And the other thing that makes the Salomon better above everything else on the market is going to be these speed laces. They're made, I believe, of Kevlar. They're super thin. I've never had one break. Salomon will help you get them repaired if you ever have a break on them. But I think they may be key to why Salomon has a better track record than any other shoe that I know of when I have my 90 pilgrims on Camino de Santiago. And I think it all comes down to this lace. I don't know that, but my sense about it is that because of the speed lace, they hold your foot very well. You can have the shoe fairly tight, but there's some movement of the lace itself within the shoe, and so there has some flexibility that prevents you from having rubbing inside the shoe. I think that's going to be the number one advantage of why these are so excellent. Another reason why they are really excellent, though, is going to be that there's a significant amount of arch support in the insole itself. So for those of us who struggle with things like plantar fasciitis, the arch support is going to be key for being able to have a successful pilgrimage without a lot of foot pain. They're very strong in the insoles, strong in the soles. So they're going to not have a lot of flex, which is helpful when you're going over rocks and things like that. You don't feel every rock under your foot or something like that. But they do have enough flex that your foot can still operate normally, unlike something like a boot where the flex is just reduced significantly, and so your foot just doesn't feel as natural as when you're in a tennis shoe or something like that. The last thing that I really love about these Salomon XA 3D Pro over most even other Salomons is that there's plenty of toe protection for banging your toe whenever you're walking over rocks and things like that. So I think that's a big advantage of this particular shoe over so many others. And the last thing that I'm really going to say about the advantage of this shoe is that they also are available in wide sizes. So the black, I think, is only available in wide, but to have a wide shoe is helpful for those of us, obviously, that have wide fitting foot. But also because we want to have a wide toe box. So if you have a borderline, like I'm kind of a borderline between a narrow and a wide shoe, which for me, for Camino, is really critical that I have the wide shoe. So I really think that that's a better choice if you have a borderline. Whether you need a wide, you definitely are going to want it for Camino to have some width in the toe box itself, some room for your foot to move around on that end. Certainly, they have a great tread available. This one actually is fairly worn, so you can't see the tread quite as well, but the tread's fairly aggressive and does its job in that regard. And so, I highly recommend these XA Pro 3Ds from Salomon. I take them on every pilgrimage. You can see I have multiple pairs of them, and they've been a great shoe for me and for many others who use them as well. If you find content like this helpful, then certainly like this video, subscribe below. You're going to find gear reviews like this one, but you're also going to find information about logistics for Camino de Santiago, as well as some of the teachings on the spirituality of Camino de Santiago as well. So subscribe to this channel and come back often. Buen Camino.